48 hours ago now, you could not tell me that I would be coming up here, setting up the green screen to do a WWE turn alert on Daniel Bryan. And also the fact that he is getting ready to go to Survivor Series, not as part of Team SmackDown, but as the WWE Champion to face Brock Lesnar in a match that I thought we may never see. But we're going to see it. But of course, we'll talk about the match more so in my Survivor Series predictions, which will most likely be tomorrow. But guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993. We got a lot to talk about in this edition of WWE Turn Alert. Number 77 for this entire series. So last night, Daniel Bryan won the WWE Championship, making him a five-time world champion. The first time, of course, he has held a world title since 2014 before relinquishing the title due to his neck injury. And of course, he also, with the following year, relinquished the Intercontinental Champion. So technically, there's still one championship belt that Bryan has not technically lost. He never lost his World Heavyweight Championship, and now he reclaimed back the prize that was rightfully his 4 years ago, the WWE Championship. Now, what do I think of all this, though? Well, not just that, continue on, though, but he also did it by turning heel. Paul Heyman, earlier in the night, pretty much tried provoking AJ Styles, saying that Daniel Bryan was better than him, which kind of came out of the blue for me, because I thought, when Daniel Bryan first earned a championship match against AJ Styles at WWE Crown Jewel, again, I thought it was going to be a match to set up The Miz dethroning AJ Styles, and we would see Daniel Bryan versus The Miz for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 35. That is what I thought was going to be the long-term plan. Now, I have no idea what to expect for the WWE title picture going into WrestleMania 35. I've got no clue at all whatsoever where we're going. Now that Daniel Bryan is a heel, which that kind of surprised me, because I'm just, as far as him becoming a heel, I am still trying to throw the pieces of the puzzle together. Because I'm just trying to think, what led Daniel to this? You think about it, he was made co-captain of Team SmackDown last week. And then, he had his issues with Samoa Joe, and he kind of snapped on Joe, beat down him, and of course beat down The Miz as well. But to me, it's is there enough, would we want to see, try to go after Samoa Joe or The Miz? And, of course, he gets a championship match last night, confronting AJ Styles, saying, "Don't say my name again." And they brawl, leading to them having the championship match. And before the championship match, it was announced that Daniel Bryan was no longer going to be a part of Team SmackDown. So I'm like, something's up here. Why would you just like that pretty much reveal that either Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles was not going to be on the Survivor Series card? And then Daniel Bryan wins the match after AJ Styles goes to hit a phenomenal forearm on him, but Bryan gets out of the way, and instead Styles takes down the referee, Charles Robinson. Daniel Bryan goes for a running knee, but instead low blows AJ Styles, and then realizes what he did, taking advantage of it, hitting another running knee on AJ Styles to pin him to win a championship. Afterwards, he kind of has this different looking smile on his face. It was a smile that's I just so enjoy when these fans cheer me. It's more so that's right, I just did that look on his face pretty much. And then he starts beating down AJ Styles, walks away, and then he was asked for an explanation backstage, but he didn't even say anything. He just looked kind of laughed it off and kept going. Let me start by saying this, of course. As you all know, Daniel Bryan again. I've said how many times? Daniel Bryan, obviously, his rise to the top, again, was what got me started with watching the WWE. Around that time, though, I was more so that fan who just wanted everything for Daniel Bryan. I wanted Daniel Bryan to win every match. I wanted him to be the best on the roster and whatnot. Then, of course, his injuries forced him to retire. When he was right at the highest peak of his career, like the biggest hero, all of a sudden, boom, gets everything taken away from him, and then he has to retire. He gets permission to come out of retirement, of course, in 2000 earlier this year. And here's my thing: I didn't want things have changed since then for me as a wrestling fan. I'm no longer a guy who's like, oh, I want to see this person on top. No, I want to see whoever I feel deserves to be on top or should be at the top. What's best for the show should be there. Yeah, I wanted Daniel Bryan to be WWE champion against Nate. Absolutely. To me, they're having some type of story to it. And I felt really him and The Miz was the right route to go. Again, when Bryan won at Super Showdown, to me, it felt like one of those matches I was like, okay, there's still unfinished business here. Obviously, we're going to be getting The Miz and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35. With Miz being the champion, and Bryan dethrones The Miz, and Bryan finally reclaims that prize he never lost, which was 5 years later. But now we have Daniel Bryan winning it by turning heel. Obviously, we're going to get Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan this Sunday. I'll talk about that more in my predictions for Survivor Series. I'll do that tomorrow. And then also, but now we're probably getting AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan at TLC, which giving them a pay-per-view match again works for me. But I'm still trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together here because one, we have how many big names that have turned heel on SmackDown this year? Besides, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, and I guess Rey Mysterio, you can say. Where are the other baby faces? So, one of the bigger heels on SmackDown, in my opinion, needs to turn face. And in my opinion, even though, I'm still more a fan as a heel, the closest I can say would be Samoa Joe. Personally, because I feel like he's kind of hit a little bit of a dead end here recently. So that's why I'd rather see, maybe out of all of them, I'd say he probably would be the wiser choice to turn face. So we need another big baby face. And a lot of people say, though, that, Daniel Bryan, his momentum was going down as a babyface. He came back, he feuded with Big Cass, but I don't blame Daniel Bryan on that feud not going as good as it should have been, because that was kind of Big Cass's backstage. He pretty much got in the way of that feud. I get that. And yes, his feud with The Miz, didn't really, it was good, but it didn't really, get on the highest note it probably should have gone. But to me, it felt like it was just unfinished business. Apparently, the rumors have it also that Bryan has been requesting to work as a heel for like a month now. So I'm still confused. Like, I need an explanation. I'm not saying I'm against this turn. I mean, if it's to light the fire back in Daniel Bryan, get him into the main event scene for some ways, then okay, let's give this a shot. But to me, I don't quite see the writing on the wall. Like, how did we get here? I mean, someone said to me, maybe it's kind of like, he was like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He lost to AJ Styles before Crown Jewel by tap out, and this is Bryan's pretty much doing anything he can now. He was tired of waiting. He's doing anything he can now to get that match. Or maybe, Paul Heyman say how Daniel Bryan is better than AJ Styles. Lit a fire underneath Daniel Bryan because he wanted to be able to face Brock Lesnar, so he did whatever he could to do so. I'm not sure. Because also, long-term wise, who else on SmackDown would you want to that's a babyface? Maybe stuff like Rey Mysterio. Yeah, he's had a match with Jeff Hardy. I don't know if we're going to get a pay-per-view match out of them. But who else on SmackDown is a babyface that you want to see feud with heel Daniel Bryan? I mean, you got Finn Balor and Seth Rollins on Raw, which, would work there. But most of the names I want to see Daniel Bryan face are all heels. And you can't get away, you can only get away with that heel dynamic so many times. So, I'm still inconclusive of how I feel about this turn. Again, was it the right time to happen? I'm not sure. Were fans really falling away from him? I'm not sure. Again, I know his man was kind of down there. But again, my thing was, I was not expecting Daniel Bryan to be, top of the card as soon as he came back. I was expecting him to get built back up and people he was working with get built up around him as well. Like, I wasn't expecting him to come in and immediately be in a championship picture. No, I was not. So, we'll have to wait and see. Get some future explanation of what led Daniel Bryan down this dark side. I'm not sure. But what a shocker was the deed last night. But guys, that is it on this episode of WWE Turn Alert. What are your thoughts on Daniel Bryan heel turn? Why do you think Daniel Bryan has gone to the path he's gone to with what he's been going through lately? Let me know what you think. And what do you think? Where do you think this is going to go? Who do you think Bryan's going to feud with as champion? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure to always click buy, like, and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirBody3. And please stay tuned for more WWE Turn Alert.